Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous two-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
City nil. After half an hour here at Priestfield. Oh, that's poor from Malone. He's made a real mess of it. And Gilead now into the box. Halliday on the overlapping run. Comes back. Yes. There's Orcutt. There's the goal. There's the lead for Bradford City. Halliday on the right. Cross came in. Andy Cook will hit it. Fires it. Goal! Bradford City! Andy Cook goes under the wall. It's a fizzing strike to double Bradford City's lead at Gillingham. He scores again at that end here at Priestfield. It's a brilliant effort. And Bradford City now in the 74th minute have a 2-goal.
Right. Before we get the show on the road, obviously this is a live space/podcast. Just like to wish Tom Lockley, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, a very speedy recovery. He had collapsed on the pitch at Luton. So, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to Gillingham vs Bradford City post-match chat, where Bradford City won Gillingham 2-0. So, I am joined today, and we are back to full fitness, Stan, Callie and Diane. So I'll go straight to Callie for live reaction on the fun bus.
Well, bear with me guys, because I'm on the supporters coach driving back, so it might be a bit loud.
Come on!
Yes, the fucking!
So what did you make at game, Cal?
Quite a good game.
Amazing game by the Bradford today.
I've got Lenny sat next to me, City gent, so he's with me.
We were a bit under pressure, but we took it all in, and probably 3 or 4 chances on goal, and we scored 2 of them. That's all it needs. 3 points. Come on, you chickens!
I've never heard Lenny Sub speaking politely in my life. Has he been on for
What's he say?
He's never really speak so politely. We've had a bit of just before you get onto the game, we've had a bit of argy-bargy walking back from the game.
But not with supporters.
Not with supporters. We had 2 police officers that were walking back, both from Bradford, starting on each other.
Nice.
Yeah. Absolutely. Proper. Lenny had to get in between them at one point.
So, in the game, the referee was a little bit card happy. He gave a yellow card to Matty Platt, Gilead, Kelly, Bonnet, Elmer, Mattison, Halliday, and Richardson. So he's dished out quite a few yellow cards there. So, Stan, what's your thoughts been on the game, lad?
Good evening to everyone. I think, are you feeling better, Johnny?
I'm getting there, mate. Struggling to breathe a little bit. I'm hoping to go to the Morecambe game, but I'm going to see how I feel.
Well, I wish you all the speediest of recoveries, young man. So, great result today, innit? It's kind of, I've been listening to the game while working, so, fantastic. I think that's the best back 3, in my opinion, that he was going to pick from what I've seen. I think the options that we've got, so I'm pleased with that. And great result. Sounded like a really kind of dogged performance in defence, and basically beat them on the counter attack, and got seen the goals on Bantams Latin America. So brilliant.
I've been watching it on. I managed to trick my PC to be in America, so I did get to watch the game. It struggled to connect eventually. I think Kasabian were playing for about 25 minutes a game. So, but just looking at the stats from FootMob, Bradford City had 12 shots or total shots. They had 2 shots on target and 1 big chance. And Gillingham had 7 total shots with 1 shot on target. So we did pretty well on that stat front. Miss Diane, what's your thoughts on the game?
I'm eating, sorry. I'm going out tonight, so I need to get something inside me. I thought I was okay. I only got like the last 15 minutes of the first half because we were putting my shopping away and everything. So yeah, I thought it was a good game. Sounded good, like you said.
So you've said you've eaten, and this is a tradition on this podcast. I know Stan likes his fish fingers with, I think, red sauce. What you munching on?
Munching on mini cheddars and Pringles. I need to try and get something inside me.
And also we are joined by Bradford City fans independent group, who's currently, I think, in a bar, I think he said. He must be celebrating. Are you there, bud? Are you there, Steve?
Hi, Johnny. How are you, lads?
I'm getting there, mate.
Oh, I'm seriously glad that you're getting a bit better, mate. Genuinely. And I had the pleasure of being stood next to Callie today. We've enjoyed the game.
How's your hearing? Do you hear all right?
Oh, it's fine. She was magnificent. Bless her.
Was she well behaved?
Oh, she was. Ultimately, brilliant.
Did she hear from Jeff? She normally does.
I'll say this, Johnny, and it's not just kind of like show, but I thought that was a complete performance today from Bradford. I genuinely did. I thought that we were superb throughout. We were defensively solid, and it was a perfect game plan at an away game. They were outstanding today, we'll say. Genuinely outstanding.
And who was your man of the match?
Ooh, that's a good one. To be honest with you, it's really hard to pick out because across the board as a team, they were superb. Harry Lewis pulled off saves when he had to do, but he really didn't have much to do. Halliday was immense as normal. Walker was outstanding. Gilead, outstanding. It was just a really good team performance. And both me and Stuart Mees have come away from there going, that's a magnificent performance. We never looked under any threat. And bear in mind that we've gone to a ground where the home side have won 3 of their last home games. And they never looked a threat. They really didn't. Gillingham were poor by standards. So, yeah, fantastic performance from Bradford. Well deserved. And just another magnificent game plan from Graham Alexander.
And so I was watching the game on iFollow, and iFollow screwed up. So for about 15, 20 minutes I had to listen to it. So you're saying about Lewis's saves, were the top quality saves, or was he lucky to get them?
He pulled off one which was world class, genuinely world class. He had no right to get to it, and I thought it was a definite goal, and he pulled off this save. It was magnificent, but to be honest with you, Johnny, he never looked in trouble at all in any way whatsoever today. And City's defence was completely solid. I just think I know it sounds like a cliche, but I genuinely think it was a complete away performance today. It was phenomenal. The City just looked fantastic all afternoon. They never looked under any threat. The movement from Bradford was magnificent. They just looked good all the way through. And I'm sorry, I know some people basically not sure about Graham Alexander at the moment, but I'm telling you now, this man, he's got Bradford playing in such a way that you just feel comfortable with it. We would never have basically looked this way, in my opinion, under Hughes. Genuinely, I know it's a strong statement, but I just think that we look solid as a squad right now.
And how did Johnny Williams play? Were he all right? I know you were linked with Bradford City, and obviously Gillingham came and stole him from us. Did he have a good game, or were he just crap?
To be honest with you, Johnny, I don't really think he featured. I don't really have any memories of him throughout the game. He played a part in a couple of times, but nothing that you would say as Bradford that he was a threat in any way. I actually think we've got better players in our squad right now. So no, I don't. Maybe Callie can comment, but I really didn't feel that he was at the races today.
Because looking at from FootMob, the stats, they've absolutely ridiculed the Gillingham team. Turner got the goalkeeper got a 5.2. Mackenzie got a 6.2. Mastrone 6.3. Diang, who's played for us, got 6.2. Madoon 6.6. Elmer 6.4, and then basically Williams got a 5.8.
Johnny, I genuinely don't think that they, if I'm a neutral today and I'm going to that game and I'm watching that game, their league position is false. They didn't look particularly strong. There was nothing really that as a club we should be worried about. They didn't really have any threat whatsoever. I thought that Bradford looked dominant throughout. If I'm Alexander, I'm looking at that and going, I'm not worried in any way whatsoever. They're in 8th, I think it was, at this moment in time.
Yeah, they're down to 10th at the minute. They've dropped.
Johnny, seriously, they were no. I don't think there were any threat whatsoever. I think their league position is false. They didn't look a particularly good team. They had no. I think they ran out of ideas pretty early on. I would say that City looked comfortable, really comfortable, without really having to kind of exert themselves. Defensively, we were superb today. I thought that our front line played really, really well in terms of defensively. They basically stopped and cut out anything that was of any real threat. But right now, Bradford were superb today. For me, it was a complete away performance right now.
So with the team playing as they are City now, obviously we've got one game in hand. Do you think the team would be... do you reckon the team would go automatic, playoffs? Where do you think the team now would finish under Graham Alexander?
To be honest with you, Johnny, I think that it's a difficult question, is that, because we've not had the best of seasons, let's be honest, right now. But if they carry on this consistency, I think that we have to realistically, look at it and go, playoffs is a must. And maybe that's me being uber cautious right now, but I'm not being funny, but they looked outstanding today. Genuinely outstanding. I thought that they were well prepared. They weren't really worried about the opposition that they were playing. Every player pretty much had a good game. And I suppose we'll see what happens in the next game. But, Bradford at this moment in time, Bradford City are looking good, to be honest with you. I have no qualms about any player on that team right now. They all look magnificent today. And they all seem to be really together. They seem to be understanding each other's movement. So, if I'm going to stick my neck out, Johnny, I'd probably say, I think playoffs are realistic right now. If we carry on this vein of form, then who knows? Because I don't think Bradford right now have to worry about anybody. I don't think they should fear anybody whatsoever in that league.
Stan, have you got something you want to say, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with everything that's been said in terms of the squad. I maintain that we've got a squad good enough to go up. That we did have some of the summer signings were at the point yet to kind of convince one way or the other, but I do feel we've got a good enough squad to go up, and there's loads of games to go, so plenty of time with 3 points outside the playoffs. I mean, that's nothing, and at this stage in the season is pretty much half a season. So I do believe that I'm going to stick my neck out and say we're good enough to push for top 3. I'm not saying we'll get there, but to push for top 3.
So, with you been in the pub, Steve, or in a bar, have you got the champagne out currently? Oh, yeah, it must be on Jaegers. You're on Jaegers. Is it?
We're just trying to get the beers in. It's very loud in here, pal, so I'm going to mute myself. But God bless you all, and I'm glad you're getting better, buddy, all right?
Miss Callie, have you got anything else you want to say on the fun bus?
Yeah, the fact that they play from the last game I went to at Notts County game, and today was a completely different turnaround for me to watch. If players actually lost the ball, they were turning around, running around, fighting to get the ball back. And 9 times out of 10, they actually did, which was amazing to see. I've not seen that for a long time watching them.
Because I thought there were going to be a sending off today with all them crunching tackles in about 10 minutes. Quite a lot of players got booked, didn't there?
Yeah, but the ref, a lot of them were just diving down as well, and the ref were just giving it. Every time they fell on the floor, the ref give it. So he made quite a few bad decisions as well.
Yeah, Johnny, you knew you said I were polite earlier.
Here we go.
I'm afraid you can't come to any matches again now.
Oh, that's not fair, that, Lenny.
Because, hey, if we're winning 2-0 every week, you've got to stay away.
It's all right. I'll be watching Doncaster game anyway on iFollow. Miss Diane, have you got anything you want to say?
No, but just thanks to Callie for them videos.
Oh, she's been sending you Lewis pictures again.
I gave her a Lewis. Yes, I sent her a bit of a Lewis fix.
Yeah, she did. I needed my Lewis fix. At least I get that on Friday night. What was that?
None of them road ones.
Oh God, I'm so glad this podcast is not is explicit and not a PG or a U. Jesus, Lenny.
Yeah,
somebody
be
put a muzzle on him.
celebrating.
Is anybody else got anything they want to say? Stan, have you got anything else, mate?
Not at this point in time, no. I mean, it's a great result, isn't it? And it's like, is it like 5 games on the bounce we've won now? So, all power to the players, all power to the manager, and really kind of got to take this momentum into next Friday's game against Doncaster? Set ourselves up for a good Christmas, I think. I mean, sort of what we want is positivity in it when they play well. So brilliant away result, and by the sounds of it, a brilliant away performance. So fantastic stuff, really.
Like going back what Callie said there, because obviously I've not been at the game and I watched it and I followed, but the team looked absolutely fantastic, closing down, pressing, crunching tackles, and like when obviously think if it were 2 or 3 players got booked in about 10 minutes, I thought, oh God, we're going to be having a sending off here, and obviously the players were diving and stuff. But like, Callie, what was it like at the ground? Because on iFollow it looked a bit deserted. This is where it's going to take her 3 days now to respond, isn't it? She's not going to do animation.
Sorry. It was very quiet in the ground. I mean, obviously I was stood with all youth that were all singing and carrying on, but it was just, they had quite a lot of fans, but you couldn't hear them. But yeah, it wasn't a very good atmosphere today. Obviously when the first goal went in, it changed, but it was very quiet and subdued, really.
Okay. Who would you say your man of the match was, Stan?
I don't know. I mean, back from the commentary, it sounded like Brad had another game and Jamie Walker had a brilliant game. So, I mean, those two, it's between those two for player of the season for me. So, from what I've listened to on the commentary, I would say Jamie Walker and Brad.
What about you, Callie?
Smallwood and Gilly for me today, because they run their asses off back and forth. They were all over the pitch most of the game, so them two for me.
So I know Steve's currently on probably his 8th Jaeger bomb at minute, so we'll go on to Diane.
Oh, I'm not sure. They all sounded like they were playing well. And I'm not going to say Harry because you probably think I would say him. But yeah, I always say him. And I got the 2-0 right as well.
I did as well. I just got the goal scorers wrong. I'm going to hopefully try to get Gills the Blood to join. So get his perspective from from like a Gillingham fan. So have you got anything else you want to add, Callie? Just
one for Diane. When that first goal went in, Lewis come running over to all fans, and he were his face and the excitement. Do you know what I mean? You could tell what it meant, even when the first goal went in. So yeah.
You mean it was back to his usual smiley self when we scored?
Yes, absolutely.
I love that. Oh, I like it when he's like that. Oh, definitely like it when he's like that.
So, I'm trying to try to keep it going for another 10 minutes or so, because I know after the game people are excited, they're buzzing, they just want to talk. So, from the bus then, Callie, live from the fun bus, who's like the man of the match on the bus?
Half of them are asleep. Guys, I'm on a podcast. They want to know who your man at match is. Halliday. Tomkinson and Halliday. And referee.
They give more cards out today than I've sent out.
Oh, this is what I love about this. You get.
You've woke them all up now, you know.
Oh God, I've woke them all up. Get back to bed, everybody. You've got another 3 hours until you get home.
Do you know what I like for me? I like for me what Coppers fighting coming back. It were hilarious.
Well, they started on each other.
Yeah, man at match. Lenny splitting the Coppers up.
I've just invited Chris T to speak. Chris, what's your thoughts on the game today, mate?
Hello, mate. Yeah, I thought watched when I played. I couldn't get down there today, but I thought the very professional performance. I don't think we ever really looked like losing. The difference with these players under Alexander compared to you is it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? Really, they're playing for each other. They're playing for the manager. Yeah, it's good to see. Thought Smallwood was outstanding today. I think you can see now why he's captain. He ran that midfield today. Thought he was very good.
So, Chris, do you think under Graham Alexander, do you think he's getting the best out of the team now then? Do you think they're all starting to click and work for each other?
I think he is at the minute. I think the formation's working. Since half-time at Notts County, we've looked like a totally different team. I mean, even that second half, Notts County, after that first half, I was tempted to go home, to be fair. But the second half, they came out, showed a bit of fight, got a couple of goals. And I don't know if it was Stan who said third place is possible. I think it is. I think
it was me. Yeah, I think. Sorry, Chris. The squad is definitely good enough for me.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at the bench today. We've got Patterson coming on. You know, when teams are tired and you've got that quality coming off the bench, Oliver coming on. Yeah, it's looking very good at the minute. Long may it last. I wondered how we'd get on today, because I think Gillingham have been on a bit of a decent run, haven't they, since Clemens came in? And but yeah, I'm glad Johnny Williams went to Gillingham and we ended up getting Patterson, because I think we've got the better deal there.
Yeah, I agree with you, bud. Because he's like looking on iFollow and stuff, and Johnny Wilkinson had a dire game. Yeah. And I think we've like got the best part of the deal there. No, we've had Patterson, he's come in, but he's been a bit injury prone, hasn't he? But he's starting to come back. So at Gillingham's record, where are we? So Gillingham have got a -9 goal difference and 31 points, and we've -1, 29 points. So Gillingham have, I think, been on a good run, aren't they? But obviously now it's ended. Because I think they won 2 and draw and lost a couple, I think, if my memory serves me correctly. So, right. So, Stan, are you going to Doncaster?
I am, yes. Yes.
All right. Miss Callie, you going Doncaster? There you go. 3 days.
Sorry, my phone keeps going off. Yeah, I'm going Doncaster.
You're going Doncaster. Are you going Doncaster, Chris?
I am, yeah.
And Miss Diana, you're going Doncaster?
I am, yeah, definitely.
All right. I'll be the only person watching it tonight for, so I should get a good buffering.
We'll give you a wave.
Right. What's that? Sorry, Chris?
We'll give you a wave.
Oh, give me a wave. I want a massive banner, like "Get well soon, Johnny" or something. Just massive banner.
I'll tell you what, they got smashed at home today, didn't they, Donny? So confidence might be a bit low there. It's a good time to play them, I think.
Good point. Where are we?
5-0.
5-0, Markham.
Oh, Markham.
It's going to make Boxing Day interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so looking at their shots, they had 12 shots on target, Doncaster. 12 shots, 3 on target. So yeah, they did dire.
Has anybody seen the Stockport result?
Yeah,
Yes.
8-0.
Yes.
8-0, Jesus.
Yes, Sutton. They beat Sutton 8-0.
We'll play some metric. Right, so before we start winding down, is anyone else that got anything else they want to say? Anything Bradford City related or anything, or just about the game or anything like that?
I've got something. It's not City related, but I don't know if anybody noticed that Tom Lockyer, the Luton captain, collapsed again today. He collapsed in the playoff final, didn't he, last season? And he had to have a defibrillator fitted to his heart. He's collapsed again at Bournemouth today, and they've had to abandon the game. Just
I've seen that on social media.
Hopefully he's okay and he makes a full recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard that earlier. That's not good, is it?
Let's hope he's all right. Sending him best wishes if he's listening, or if anybody from Luton's listening.
Right,
Goes to
guys.
show, don't it, though, guys? It's like you can love or hate your club, love or hate the game or whatever, and all things being considered, your health is the most important thing, isn't it, really? Because without that, you got nothing. So we do wish him all the best.
Absolutely.
Yep. Right, so I'm just going to brush that. Oh, Paredo, typical, mate. Go on then, I'll let you have final word.
Hello.
You all right, Charlie?
Not bad, how are you?
Getting there, bud.
Good, mate.
Just in time, about to shut down, so because you're here, I'll let you have
All right. You know where to start. Alexander's doing a good job in here. I mean, it seems he's getting the most out of the players, and the players want to play for him. And then Andy Cook as well. What goal?
Did you go to the game, Charlie?
Oh no, I wish, mate. I was considering it, and I was looking yesterday, and they said that tickets were unavailable, so sacked it off. But you could have paid at gate today, I think. So maybe I should have gone.
I sold you mine. I've been trying to sell mine for the last 2 days. Have you? Yeah.
Well.
So did you see any of the game on iFollow, Charlie?
Not second half.
What did you reckon second half?
To be honest, I thought you could see that we were good at certain things, but I felt there were a spell, sort of like a 30-minute chunk where we were just letting them come and sort of go for it, which you can see why, because we were the ones leading. But like the amount of free kicks we gave away in dangerous areas, you've got to think some teams will capitalise on that. But I'm not really concerned about it. I think that was just a one-off for that game. You know, it's I don't know. I think that's the major criticism I have, is that we just sort of let them control the game a little bit too much. I know that's not our style now. We more sort of play a bit more direct and don't really just make sure other teams don't score, as opposed to, you know, controlling everything like Hughes tried to do. But yeah, apart from that, good game, great result, 2 lovely goals. Everyone looked good. When's your next game then, mate? What game can you get to next?
I'm hoping to get to Morecambe away. Obviously, I know people have probably not heard about. I've been diagnosed with diabetes, and also I've had a blood clot. I'm still trying to find out what type I am, if I'm type 1 or type 2. So I'm going to see if I can manage myself to come to the Morecambe game. I possibly might be bringing a friend with me. So I'm going to see how I get on.
Are you out of hospital now, though?
Yeah. I nearly, basically, my heart rate went through the roof and my sugars went through the roof. So I'm on insulin pens and everything now, and it's horrible, mate.
Well, you take care, and it's good. It's good that you seem, your voice sounds a bit better than it did before as well. Mate. So.
Yeah, I'm just keeping myself busy. That's why I thought I'll do one of these today. I did message you earlier, but I don't think you're busy.
I was watching game, but it seems like you've sorted it out anyway. And it's good to hear from you again, mate.
Yep, right. Is anyone else got anything they want to say? Stan, Callie, Diane? Okay. I'll just move everybody there. Right, so I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming. And again, I like to wish, especially everybody here, Tom Lockley, speedy recovery, who's collapsed on the pitch at the Luton Bournemouth game. So our next podcast should be probably next Thursday, because the game's next Friday. So come and join us Thursday at 7 p.m. live on here. If you like to hear, if you like what you're hearing, you can also get us on all podcast services. Bradford City Up the Chickens, YouTube Braceodge, Twitter Braceodge, and also on Facebook Bradford City Up the Chickens. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.